we want all the smaller ones, insofar as possible, to go back to the back for a few minutes, and we get everybody sitting down. So just pull in your chairs and sit down along by the tables, please. All the there's 3 more things up here. David.
Away with that, will you?
No, we're going to call on Father Tobin, our parish priest, to say grace before meals, please.
You remain seated. We'll bless all these lovely sandwiches and these buns that all these ladies have made for this occasion. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Bless us, O Lord, as we sit together. Bless the food we eat today. Bless the hands that made this food. Bless us, O Lord, amen. Enjoy yourselves now, God bless you.
Guests of honour, Reverend Fathers, people of Newcastle. Tonight, I suppose, it's hard to say it's a pleasant function, but we could put other names to it. We would say it's a very pleasant occasion anyway, to welcome Father Kelleher back and to look back over his 5 years that he was with us. On behalf of the organising committee and of the people of Newcastle, I would like to welcome each and every one of you here tonight. And delighted to see such a big turnout. And it's nice to see the little ones as well, because Father Kelleher will be well remembered for his participation with the youth and the little ones, and I'm glad to see that they remembered him as well. We had a scroll that will be given out in a few minutes, but it says an awful lot, so I won't detain you too long. But 5 years ago, when Father Kelleher came here, Father Welsh was in this position, or his position now. Father Kelleher was sitting over there. And I remember he remarked about the little bit of grey hair that Father Kelleher had here. And he said to him that when the time he'd be leaving, that he would have a lot more of them. Well, I don't know if he have a lot more of them, if he have a few of them anyway, but if he have, he certainly earned them with the amount of energy he spent during the past 5 years. Because he has touched everybody, both young and old, in the 5 years he was with us. In all the clubs and in all the organisations he was involved in, he left plenty of monuments. And I was just thinking the other day that we could pick any road or all the roads from the centre of the village, and there's something that will remind us of Father Kelleher. We take the Arfennan Road, we have the new graveyard. Coming into the village then, we have the wonderful work that was done around the churchyard. The Golden Ridge Road, you have the old churchyard again he was involved in. On the Clonmel Road, you have the school, the wonderful work that was done around the school. And probably one of the greatest monuments is the tennis and basketball courts that were there. And of course he kept one road open. That was the one over the hill, but he was going back home, so we can't thank him. There was with great sadness and gloom we heard that he was leaving us. And the first reaction again was the people of Newcastle that they organised a deputation to go down to meet the bishop and to plead with him and see what, but his mind was made up. But I suppose in reality we should have been thanking the bishop for the 5 years that he was with us. Because he put him in a tremendous amount of work that will never be forgotten. He made tremendous friendships. Personally, I can, on my own behalf, and on behalf of my own family, that I was in very bad health when he arrived here, or shortly after he arrived here. And it's something that I will never forget him for. He was so good to me, and we formed a bond that I hope will stay with us until we go the other way. So, I don't, again, as I said, I don't want to say, I could say an awful lot, but I won't. I'm under instruction not to say too much. And we have a few different people that might like to speak. We'll be calling on Father Kelleher will say a few words in a few minutes. Father Tobin, pp, will speak. Father Sean Nugent from Newcastle Man PP in Powerstown, Lisrona, will speak. I suppose Father Hanlon would be better known as the super sub around here because he stands in for all the lads when they're going. So without saying any more, on behalf of the people of Newcastle, I would like to hand over this cheque to Father Kelleher. It's an AIB cheque. And thanks to you, it's certainly worthwhile. It's a gift cheque. So Father Kelleher, I would like to hand over this to you. It's a four-figure sum. It's for £1,000, so I'd like to thank each and every one of you. Not alone the people of Newcastle, but quite an amount of people from outside the parish that we shouldn't forget, and non-parishioners that kindly donated, came along to us and donated. So thank you very much to everybody. And this is a picture of the 91 Tipperary All-Ireland winning team. Okay, stand up. No. It's a beautiful scroll, and it's again done by, on my left, Patty John Cullen, and I would like, I suppose, no word can thank Patty John for the amount of work that he does for this parish. A beautiful scroll. I think everybody can see it now after a while, but it says everything in a few short sentences or a few short paragraphs, and I'm sure Father Kelleher will appreciate it. So I'll hand it over to him first, and then I'll read it out to you. to Father Kelleher. We, the people of Newcastle, are pleased to present you with this scroll as we express our thanks for your years among us. We know your contribution to life in our parish has been immense, and we acknowledge gratefully your wonderful work in the church, in the school, and in the many clubs where you were involved. Our beautiful new tennis and basketball court is one of the finest fruits of your labour and is a monument to your dedication. Your work with the boys and young men of the parish, in whom you have instilled a great love of Gaelic games, will bear fruit for many years to come as Newcastle triumphs on the playing fields of Tipperary. We thank you for all you have done and wish you every blessing in your new parish. We hope the friendships that you have made will be an enduring source of pleasure and happy memories for you as you go through life doing God's work. A little bit of Newcastle goes with you, and a little bit of you will forever remain in Newcastle. And Father Kelleher, when you look at it, the bottom little design, or whatever it is, Celtic design, whatever, it's taken from one of the windows near the confessional in Newcastle. So every time you look at that, it will surely remind you of. So as I said, that's a beautiful piece of work, as I said, done by Paddy John. He put it together, and he's gifted a pair of hands. So on behalf of the people of Newcastle, thanks, Father Kelleher. And before I hand him over the microphone, I would like to thank all the clubs that put people forward for the committee. They've worked very hard there for the past couple of weeks. To the people who got the hall ready and the amplification, everybody that helped in any way, I would like to thank everybody very, very much. And the people that got the teas, the sandwiches, everybody that helped. I'm probably forgetting somebody now, but I can't remember it. We have Bob and Biddy, or Bob and Tom are here. I don't know about Biddy, I didn't see her, but she is right. And they'll be supplying a bit of music, and there's a few more musicians and singers around again, so hope that everybody will stay with us and join into it. We have Paddy John to take a few pictures as well, and hopefully that anybody wants to stay around. We also have Michael on the video, which will be an enduring memory again, so thanks Michael for coming along with the video. So right, Father Kelleher now might like to say a few words to you. Okay, Father Tobin then first.
I'm delighted to be here for this little function, and I thank you all very sincerely for coming. And it's you, and for all you have done, and for all the committee who got all this function ready, and all who made the cakes and the buns and everything. Everything involves work, and so I thank everybody who put their shoulders to the wheel, as it were, and pushed along. And I'm glad to be with you on this occasion. I know that. As the chairman said, you're probably well, very hurt when you heard that Father Kelleher was being taken away from us. But you can't realise how much more hurt I was when I heard that he was being taken away from us, because I came here, I thought I would have him for 4 or 5 more years. So, but anyway, that's what has happened, and we hope that he will be as happy in his new parish as he was with you here. And while we're, as already mentioned, we appreciate all he put into while he was here. Like, that's the measure of the whole thing. You could be here and sit down for the 5 years and they would miss you when you're gone, but he has shown what he can do for that. He's going away and even the place better and better. He made an improvement in the places that were. He was involved in an awful lot of very enthusiastic committees that made him work as well. And first of all, first little committee I would think about is that little FOSS committee that you had. They were very enthusiastic, and with his help and with all the help of the FOSS people that they got together, they went away leaving Newcastle a much nicer place, and the wonderful improvements around your church. And then you have the wonderful improvements of, as already said, the lovely tennis courts. Now, and the committee that was involved there too, and his efforts as well. And we hope now that young people will make use of those tennis courts. They won't be just looking over the wire at them, that you'll make plenty use of them. And then how he got involved in the school, and make a big improvement there in the school as well, and the approach now on the little staff office for the teachers. And the teachers are very happy, and I thank the teachers for coming, for being here with us this evening, because they appreciate what he did for them as well. And then and I appreciate what he had a busy time for a while in the parish, like when Father Russell was very ill for 6 months. He had to shoulder the wheel a lot himself, and then when Father Russell died, he must be a long time in purgatory, because Father Kelleher was 6 months on his own again. And we thank Father Halloran for coming to his aid all those 6 months, and made the burden lighter. And then, as already said, up along the road there, you had the new cemetery. Again, a great credit, and I was almost going to say, I hope you reviews it, as I said about the tennis court. I hope you'll forget about it for a while, and just be looking in at it. So you need to be in any hurry about using the new cemetery. It'll wait as long as we want to. So, and then the other little thing, all the other things, so they were all improvements, and all improvements of the locality, and improvements for the people. That's important, improvements for the people, and we're better. We're glad that he's going away, even Father Newton's parish, a better place than it was when he came into it. So Father Newton will have to be more proud of Newcastle now than he was before he came. And so that's all I have to say to you, and I thank you all for, this is your way of saying thank you. This is your generosity of your heart. You're saying thank you to Father Kelleher, and I always appreciated the nobleness of his heart too, while he was with you and while he was with me, and all the help he was to me while he was with me. So I thank him, and I'm delighted to be here, and I hope he'll be very happy in his new parish, and I hope I give a big welcome to Father Denmead now to be with us. And I welcome him now, and I hope that you'll always give your welcome to him now as the years go by. Like normally when a person comes in first, you're a stranger, and everybody is strange to you, and it takes time to go down that ice bit. But I'm sure he'll wear into your hearts by degrees, and give him a chance, and he will prove a worthy candidate for working with you too. So God love you all. Enjoy the rest of the night now here this evening. God bless you all.
Okay, thanks, Father Kelleher. I'm sorry, Father Tobin, coming to scale. Now, next, I'd like to call on Padraig de Burka from the National Schools. So Padraig's going to say a few words to us, please.
Reverend Fathers and friends, I was thinking coming down today, and car I was coming down from Ballinasloe, so I was just thinking when Father Kelleher hadn't arrived here very long, we had our first hurling match in my time between Castleknock and Ballymacarbry School on a particular evening, and Newcastle won the particular match, so I was delighted. And since then in the leagues we've been up and down with the hurling school team. We had a good camogie team last year, and this year the footballers are to the fore with their topping of the league at the moment. And I was just thinking of the senior team at the school, which would really be the board of management and the staff, I suppose. And we have a nifty enough full forward line with Mary Stafford here, and Jacqueline Morrissey and Dermot O'Keefe, nice and tall in the middle, and the hard-working and zealous midfield pair of Lawrence McGarra and John Egan, and the complete all-rounder in Joan Dwyer. When she's not playing a stormer on the pitch, she's looking after the company accounts very prudently. So we had Father Kelleher then in the back seat as the full back, so we were made up and we were having a great time. So I just endorse what the previous speaker said about him as a good full back in there, and he played a stormer for the 5 years he was here. And when we heard that he was to leave, we were very disappointed, and I suppose we thought in confirmation here this year, well, the Holy Spirit is his own way of doing things, so we just came to accept it. But just to finally say that we had genuine respect and affection for Father Kelleher, and that'll continue to last, because we don't forget good men like him that easily. So, Gorma.
Thanks, Pat. Now, I'd like to hand you over to the man in question, Father Connie himself.
Chairman, fellows, gentlemen, people of Newcastle, I'd just like to say how much I appreciate all of you coming here tonight for this special occasion. When I heard the word that I had to go from the parish there, I suppose it's 9 or 10 weeks ago now, that I was devastated, because I didn't expect it, good, bad and different, because I thought I'd be here for another 4 or 5 years. I was certain sure of it, but anyway, maybe I was conned into it, but anyway, that's the way it happened, and I accepted it, and I'm gone now. So, looking back on the last 5 years that I was, the 5 years I was here, I well remember it's like the other day that I was sitting in that corner when Father Welch was leaving, and I was wondering when I was coming into here in Newcastle, what kind of a crowd they were. Because I'd say I never maybe passed, I don't know if I ever passed through here before that, but I certainly would never forget Newcastle, as long as I live. For various many reasons, but 5 years that I spent here, I must say they were tremendously happy years, because there was a great bit of a challenge here in one way, and in other ways there was a great community here as well, and all it meant was going along with the community and just being part of the community. And that's what made it easy for me. Well, I said that I did a lot of work here. I didn't. I just only wrote in with what was going on here really, and went with the tide and lent my little bit of weight to it and whatever. And things started to progress a small little bit, but nothing wonderful in my part. It was really the people in the committees that did the work. I was just there as only. I wouldn't think I had to work too hard now, to be honest with you. But whatever I did anyway, I'm glad that I did it, and I'm glad to be part of it. And of all the things, maybe especially as an extra graph for the GA and any of the activities that I was involved in here, I don't think there were any great goshkas in my part. It was only just a part of me growing in and just throwing my little bit of weight into the thing. So I was very glad and very, for the 5 years I was here, and I would like to spend another 5 years here. But that's not the way. A lot of friendships I made here, and friendships that I hope, as Seamus said, will last for a long time. This type of a celebration, or whatever you call it, going away, farewell, or Thanksgiving, or whatever you call it, not too many come out on the Sunday night with Glen Row on and all different types of match of the day and bingo and cards and Golden Bridge and different things that are on. Thank you very much for coming tonight, and I appreciate it very much. Just like the Father said, Father Jim, that when I came here, I was just as much a tabula rasa as you are, mate. You know, I didn't know, I never saw Newcastle possibly before, you know, so just met means of rowing along, and because these boys will push you anyway. They'll get you involved. So hopefully that you will get involved, and wish you the very, very best of luck. And I'd like to thank Father Tobin and the man that was here before him, Father Russell, and the teachers, and all the people that have been involved. I'd like also to thank, as someone said, the super sub here beside us. Paddy was a great help to us down through the years, last 5 years. He's always been on hand to help us out in every situation. So, I won't hold you any longer, I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, thank you for everything that you have given to me, and all your time and your generosity and kindness you've given to me. And thank you very, very sincerely for your contribution that you've made here tonight towards this presentation. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
I know Father Paddy wants to say something, but Father John might like to say a few words.
Reverend Fathers and my dear friends, first of all I want to say to the committee, thanks for inviting me here tonight. I'm very happy to be asked to come here to Newcastle for any event that's taking place. But I suppose it just struck me there listening to the speakers, because when we were coming out we didn't know whether we'd be asked to speak or what, we didn't know what's going to happen. But I'm very happy to be asked to say a few words. There's a figure of speech in the English language, they call it oxymoron. Father Pope wouldn't have a clue what that is, but whatever. Oxymoron is a figure of speech in the English language that expresses what's called an apparent contradiction. I suppose that would apply to tonight, an apparent contradiction. It is a night of celebration and congratulation, but it is also tinged with sadness and sorrow, as Father Kelleher is saying goodbye to the people of Newcastle after giving so many years of service to you here. There last week or the week before, I was asked to say a few words. I suppose the occasion was similar to this. It was the occasion of the retirement of our principal teacher, Mr. Horton, in Powerstown. And it was a similar thing. It was a joyful occasion and a sorrowful occasion. But there was one thing that struck me about it afterwards, especially the Sunday morning afterwards, when I was going down to Mass and I had a clue what I was going to talk about. And I suppose it was grand for us all to get a message from something like this, some night like this. And the message I would like us all to bring home from here tonight is the grand for Father Connie to be here tonight and to hear all the good things that are said about him. Because, you know, we Irish people, we are known as a nation of knockers. You know, we can't say a good word about anybody. So it is grand to be present, to hear people saying nice words about you, not waiting until you're dead or something like that, and then everybody will have everything grand to say about you. So Father Connie, it is grand for you to be here tonight, to listen to all the good things that have been said about you, all the good things you have done and accomplished here in the parish. So I'm sure it was, even though you're going, it must make you feel very happy to realise that you are appreciated so much here in Newcastle during your term of 5 or 6 years here. There's a little poem, I don't think I might be able to think of it now, but It brings home the whole thing that we should try and say the good word and the kind word while we have a chance of saying it, not wait till the person is gone. And it goes something like this. I'd rather have one little flower from the garden of a friend than all the very choicest flowers when my stay on earth should end. So give me, please, your flowers today, for whether white or red. I'd rather have one blossom now than a truckload when I'm dead. So, I don't want to keep talking here too long. You'll forgive me but Father Connie there, he more or less said, how can I express what this night is, what is it at all? So it's a lovely occasion coming together, but it's attended with sadness. But it reminded me of a little yarn that I told some few years ago when a very special lady here, Mrs. Breed Egan, was celebrating her 80th birthday. And I was asked to stand up, and I didn't know what to say because it was thrown away at the time. And this little yarn came into my mind. It was a little story that I was to hear told by a man named John Bryan, when he was a young fellow who was to be working above the hill just a couple of years ago, a few years ago. And John used to tell this yarn about a man, we call him John. And John was a grand fella. And see, there's always the boat. When you hear people saying he's a grand fella, you can wait for the boat then, like, you know, not the boat to wire at all, no. You can wait for the boat. But there's a grand fella, but he's often fond of the bottle. That's his big failing. And John, he was fond of the bottle. Fair play to the man. And in those days, wakes here in Ireland were very big events. They were squandered for days, nights. There was plenty of the hot stuff, plenty of the bottle and snuff, whatever else you wanted. And John never missed a wake because there was plenty of the hot stuff going around. And he was at this, I'm sorry, am I boring, you know, am I with this here? So he was at this particular wake. Anyhow, he went into the room. They were all gloomy and they were feeling sorrowful inside. And John got a few drinks, the bottle was going around. So after a while he said, I'd better say a few words. So he stood up and he was kind of confused. And he looked around and he said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to congratulate the happy bride and groom. So his friend was beside him. He said, for goodness sake, sit down, make a fool of yourself. This isn't a wedding, it is a wake. So he sat down and he got a few more drinks. So he was getting more confused than ever. So he decided he'd say a few more words. So he stood up and he said, ladies and gentlemen, I won't detain you long. All I want to say is, whatever this is, it is a great success. So we can certainly say tonight, even though I said it is tinged with sorrow, well, it is a great success because it is grand to see the people coming together tonight, the people of the parish, a community, to say thanks to Father Connie for all that he has done here for you, and hearing your words of praise and congratulations. Do you mind if I read just one little poem again before I shut up? No, because it brings home again the little message that I was saying there a moment ago. Don't wait to say the good word. Say the good word every chance you get. If a person deserves a good word or a kind word, try and say it when the person is able to hear it and appreciate it. And this is a little verse. It says, tell me now. It will take me a minute, so I won't have it. I hope it's getting uneasy doing that. Tell me now, if with pleasure you are viewing any work that I am doing, If you like me, or you love me, tell me now. Don't withhold your approbation till the Father makes oration, and I lie with snowy lilies o'er my brow. For no matter how you shout it, I won't care much about it. I won't see how many teardrops you have shed. If you think some praise is due me, now is the time to slip it to me, for I cannot read my tombstone when I'm dead. More than fame and more than money is the comment warm and sunny, is the hearty warm approval of a friend, for it gives to life a savour, and it makes me stronger, braver, and it gives me spirit to the end. If I earn your praise, bestow it. If you like me, let me know it. Let the words of true encouragement be said. Do not wait till life is over, and I'm underneath the clover, for I cannot read my tombstone when I'm dead. So just once again, I want to say thanks for inviting me here tonight, and thanks for giving me this opportunity of saying a few words of thanks to Father Connie for all he has done for my own native jungle here in Newcastle. And some of you, you may not know it, that some few years ago, Connie and I, we soldiered together. We soldiered together in the same parish. So we knew one another pretty well. Connie, don't tell him, don't, for goodness sake. So, once again, I thank Connie for what he has done, and I join with all of you in saying congratulations. We are sorry to see him go, and I wish him every blessing and happiness in his new parish. God bless you, Connie.
Right. Thank you, Father Sean. I forgot to announce, or forgot to introduce Mary Stafford here, one of the teachers in the school. I'm sure nearly everybody knows her anyway, but just for the few people that might know her. And Jackie Worsley Donovan is also down there, I can see her head, so put your hands together for the teacher. I don't know if Damon is there or not, I didn't see him. He's big enough, but I didn't see him anyway. Fine, ladies and gentlemen, that's about wraps up this particular end of it. We'll give the ladies and gents or whoever a chance to clean up the tables or move back the stuff. And I'm sure we'll have a bit of music and sing song. Anybody feel like singing or dancing, then floor or the whole stage is theirs. So Gormina Vargas.
dancing on the floor. Anybody anxious for waltz here? You mind if the night goes on, maybe? Do we have any volunteers down there that anybody wants to sing a song or? Do you have anything unusual? You're welcome up here.
am I on Broadway, filling bricks by road, a full 3,000 miles away from the old bog road. My mother died last springtime when Ireland's fields were green. The neighbors said her waiting 'twas the finest ever seen. There were snowdrops and primroses piled up beside her bed, and Fell's church was crowded when her funeral mass was said. But there was I on Broadway, filling bricks by load, when they carried out her coffin down the old bog road. Now life's a weary puzzle, past working out by man. I take each day for what it's worth and do the best I can. Since no one cares that far for me, what need to make a moan? I go my way and draw my pay and smoke my pipe alone. Each weary heart must have its fill, though bitter be the load. So God be with you, Ireland, and the old bog road.
Thank you, Chairman. What we're going to do, try a quick step. Tom is going to play quick steps. So anybody down and anxious to do a quick step, top box lot, Billy join us, and the Billy's got out of action.